Back at it again. More power mods for the FL5 Type R. Let's go. We are back at Hybrid Works today, getting another power mod install. We were going to get some tuning today, but unfortunately Anthony is not feeling well, so health before work. Always take care of yourself, guys. I hope you feel better, Anthony. But we're still going to get some, one item installed. And I've been waiting for this one for a while. There's not a lot of these on the market. But today we are getting a downpipe installed. And there's not a lot of choices for the FL5, just it being such a new platform. But you guys should know by now, I don't just throw anything in my car. The fortunate thing is, having had the FK8, I've learned some things on that platform. I know what to look for this time around, and my experience with my Supra has also taught me some things, hence today's downpipe. Let me show you what it is. I also just want to give a quick shout out to Corey Poole at Two Step Performance, which is where this downpipe is from. Just be aware that if you are in California, you may not have access to this downpipe. You might have to find some friends outside of California, and that's all I'll say about that. But let's take a look. So this is the Two Step Performance downpipe. Now, when I talked to Corey about this, they weren't originally going to offer a coated downpipe, like a heat coated downpipe. And that was definitely one of the things that I was looking for in a downpipe that I wanted to get for the FL5, because the last downpipe that I had for the FK8, which was the RV6, you had the option to ceramic coat, Cerakote that downpipe. It is more expensive, but to me it's worth it, especially when you're trying to manage heat in this platform, which I already know is going to be a challenge. So I wanted to make sure I had a Cerakoted downpipe. So Corey Poole went ahead and sourced a local shop that could do the Cerakoting for us. This is the first time I'm looking at it, guys. Like, you seeing it is also the first time me seeing it. So let's get it open. Very good packing, which I always appreciate. Oh. Wow. Beautiful castings. One of the things I always look for, especially on a downpipe, are the welds, and these look beautiful. That Cerakoting is nice and thick. I like it. And so those who are, if you get one of these without the coating, you'll see the probably you'll see the writing on the catalytic converter itself, which would normally be about here. This is a Gessie Gen 2 catalytic converter, and it's the EPA spec catalytic converter, but that just means it's 49 state legal, not legal yet in California. I don't know if it ever will be, but it would require somebody to pay to have this catalytic converter independently tested, which is quite a costly thing. And why I trust this product right here is because it's the same catalytic converter that we're using in our high flow downpipe for my Supra, and that car is putting out as good or better horsepower numbers and torque numbers with a full downpipe. And this is 300 cell, by the way, which is not a small amount. OEM downpipes are usually 400 plus. There might be some out there that are 300 cell, but those are going to be your supercars and your maybe some Porsches, I don't know. But 300 cell is on the higher cell count for aftermarket downpipes. GESI, by the way, if you didn't know, stands for Global Emission Systems, Inc. And yeah, they make really good stuff. So one of the things that they're noted for, so this is a 300 cell catalytic converter. I'm not sure if you'll be able to see it. But it's an S-wound pattern. I might throw a picture up on the screen so you can get a better look at what that looks like. It's an S-wound pattern, so that gives it more strength, but it also allows for better flow. So even though you've got a 300 cell count catalytic converter versus something like, say, the RV6 that I had before, that was a 200 cell count, there's some benefits to doing it this way. With a 300 cell count, well, a good 300 cell count catalytic converter, you can run this without a tune, okay? And you're not going to get a check engine light, and we will test that. Since we can't get a tune today done, I will be running this without a tune for a little while. So, but that's basically the theory, is you can run it without a tune. You'll gain a little bit of horsepower, but you won't get a check engine light, which is great. And the flow characteristics are going to be as good, maybe even better than a typical 200 cell count catalytic converter. The main reason being why that's possible is because of the S-wound technology that they use, but also because this is a 4.5 inch. I mean, this is massive. That's 4.5 inches around, so there's a lot of flow coming out of that. A lot of the 200 cell count, or even the straight pipe downpipes, will have like a 3-inch in and out, and therefore, you know, so the catalytic converter on a 200 cell would only be a 3-inch typically. Okay, so it's not as much volume of air moving through a 3-inch surface area versus a 4.5-inch area. So don't let the 300 cell count fool you. It is an expensive downpipe, but you're paying for the technology and the Cerakoting and the quality, and that's what I always look for. I go for that before anything else. So anyways, we're waiting for Hybrid Works to open up, get this bad boy installed. We'll see. Hopefully there'll be some sound difference too. I think they're pulling the car into the shop right now. This thing is so quiet, guys. Oh my gosh. So quiet. Hopefully it gets a little bit louder, at least a little. It is finally done. The car is pulling out right now. And for those of you wondering, yes, the bolts on the downpipe for the FL5 are just as big a pain in the ass as they are on the FK8. So you have to be very, very careful with them, or you're just gonna end up snapping them. So Hybrid Works, they did a great job. None of the bolts were snapped. We're good to go. They're pulling it out now. See if it sounds any louder.
There's your car.
Still pretty quiet. I think kind of like with the FK8, you really need to get into a full exhaust before you really start opening up the sound. Who knows, maybe once there's some load, I get the gas pedal down to the floor a little bit, might get a little bit louder. We'll see. One thing I forgot to mention to you guys, and an important decision making process in this whole downpipe thing, is it fits a factory heat shield. Okay, so just further aiding in the heat dissipation away from everything else. So it really gives it that OEM plus look that I like. And since it's got a silver Cerakote on it, it kind of blends in with the environment. You don't really notice it, which is great. That's exactly what I want, especially being in California. Let's see if this sounds any louder. Marginally louder on regular cruising, mild acceleration. Alright, we're getting to the freeway here, so let's see what wide open throttle sounds like. It's peppy. It is definitely peppy. Yeah, I would be lying if I said if it was noticeably louder. It might be a little bit louder, but just like I said, it's marginal. But that's not at all why I got this downpipe. I didn't get it for the sound. And I suspected it wouldn't be that much louder than stock anyways, because again, just going back to the fact that it's a 300 cell count and not a catless downpipe, you're not really going to pick up a lot of sound. And I don't have an aftermarket exhaust. It's still the stock exhaust, which has 2 resonators on it. Thank you very much, Honda. Why did you put the 1 resonator on the Integra Type S and not the 1 resonated exhaust on the Type R? I'll never know, but that's what we got. So anyways, it's about quality, guys. I'm not after the jazziest looking car. I'm not after, you know, I'm not trying to put a show car together. That's not what this is about, okay? I'm not trying to earn Instagram clout. It's like all that stuff are fringe benefits to what I'm actually trying to do, and that is build a properly spec'd car that can absolutely decimate on a racetrack, and that's the point. So anyways, we might do an aftermarket exhaust at some point. Not too thrilled with the options that are available yet. I think it's more just that I wish there were more options, and there just aren't. So until there's more options, we'll stay with the stock exhaust. And we got track day. We got track day coming up very, very soon. That is July 3rd, Laguna Seca. Oh man, I cannot wait. Freshly repaved Laguna Seca. It's gonna be so awesome. So anyways, that's it for today's video, guys. I hope you enjoyed it. Please like and subscribe if you haven't already. Most of you watching these videos are not subscribed. I'm still trying to get to 10,000 subscribers before the end of the year. I got kind of a late start to my videos this year, but that's okay. I'm still hopeful. So anyways, until next time, stay hungry, stay fast, stay tuned. I'm Michael Baxian.
Okay, I've been working like 3 jobs. Probably why I never see ya. Probably why I never have time for the fake friends that won't be ya. Oh God, I've been running now. Up early when the sun is out. Not setting out my own soul, but those real ones, they coming out. Oh look who's reaching out. Old friends wanna feature now. They don't work, so they need it free. Ooh, you reaching out from the west side of that old town, but it's